Today we will discuss about the squirrel cage induction motor. This class is important for 5th sem diploma electrical students. So we will discuss its starting procedures. We will also discuss about some other induction motors, how to start them. These motors are utilized in industries and we should know how to make them start. So starting of squirrel cage induction motor. Since external resistance cannot be added into rotor of squirrel cage induction motor, so squirrel cage induction motor is started by applying reduced voltage to the stator of the motor. Students, in this kind of motors, we cannot add external resistance because the rotor circuit is already made short circuited by the use of the end rings in the rotor part. Actually, it comprises of copper bars, and these copper bars are short circuited at the end. So by making them short circuited, they provide the closed path for the circuit. So in this kind of circuit there is no further provision to make them add external resistance to these circuits, so we cannot add any additional resistance to these circuits. So how to start then? Because our intention is to limit the current, and if we cannot limit the current, then it will draw a heavy amount of current, resulting in damage of the motor. So there has to be a reduced amount of current taken by the motor. So we usually employ a reduced voltage technique. Usually it is this function is performed by the use of a auto transformer. So we have to apply a reduced voltage to the stator of the motor. Reduced voltage applied would reduce the starting current while producing the desired starting torque. Induction motor up to 3 HP can be started directly online, as the current drawn is not very high to create high voltage drop to disturb the other working points of the same line. And in addition, small motors are so light that they pick up rated speed without any loss of time, thus giving an opportunity to high currents flowing in motor to produce heat to damage the motors. So motors above HP need starting devices as the motor of the induction motor. So you should remember, students, the any motor which is having the capacity above 3 HP needs a starting device. Why it needs a starting device? So as to protect its winding. Otherwise heavy amount of current will be drawn and resulting in damage of the motor. So motor having above 3 HP power should be used by using a proper starter. So need starting device, as the rotor of induction motor acts just like a short circuited secondary of a transformer at the time of starting. There are methods of starting 3-phase induction motor. So what are the methods? Stator resistance starter, auto transformer starter, and star delta starter. So we will discuss now stator resistance starter. Stator resistance starter is as in the diagram. In this type of starter, resistance is connected in series with each phase. This reduce the voltage fed to stator at the time of starting. Reduced voltage are induced in the rotor also. Since rotor is short circuited on itself, so reduced current flows. As soon as the rotor picks up more and more speed, more and more resistance is cut off from the stator currents, as the induced voltage is not automatically falls down due to slipped slip. When rated speed is achieved, whole of the resistance is cut off. This method is not very useful, as lot of power is wasted in additional resistance at the time of starting. So students, now we'll discuss about the auto transformer starting. So how this auto transformer starting is used? In a auto transformer starter, has been shown to you as in the diagram. So let us have a look to the diagram 2.21. So this is the auto transformer starter. Here you can find a three-phase supply with running position and starting position has been given to you. There is a stator and a rotor part. So its connection we will discuss now after discussing the theory part. In this type of starting device, reduced voltage is fed to the stator of the induction motor through auto transformer by putting the switch in starting position. When the motor attains at about 80 to 85% of the rated speed, auto transformer is removed from the circuit by putting the switch in running position. Full voltage is fed to the stator of the motor in running position. This method develops induced or reduced torque at the time of starting, but no excessive copper loss takes place as in the case of stator resistance starter. So this is advantageous as compared to your stator resistance starter. Now let us discuss about star delta starter. So the diagram of a star delta starter is shown in your screen. I will just scroll it. So it is 2.22. Yes, this is your star delta starter. So students, you can clearly see that during running this starter converts the circuit into star, and during running position it is converted to delta. So you can see this stator connection. Yes, so these windings, let me just make it once more. Yes, now the windings which are this and this, these are so connected by the use of this starter that during starting position the coils or the stator winding is made connected into star position, and after gaining some speed it has been now converted to delta position. So it is mechanically made starter. So these kind of starters are useful for making their initial current low. Now let us discuss its theory. Star delta starter. Star delta starter is as in the diagram which we have just seen. The stator of the induction motor is connected in star when the changeover switch is thrown in the starting position, and is connected in delta when changeover switch is thrown in the running position. So the current at time of starting by this method gets reduced to 1/3 of the one drawn by direct switching, and starting torque is accordingly reduced. Now we will discuss about starting of a synchronous motor. Now synchronous motor is not self-starting, therefore separate external methods are used to start this motor. A separate DC or AC motor is coupled to synchronous motor, which runs it to synchronous which runs into the synchronous speed. The synchronous motor is that the case is acting as a alternator. The alternator is then put in parallel to the supply after satisfying all the conditions of parallel operation. When supply of DC or AC motor is disconnected, and the synchronous motor, which till now was acting as an alternator, and starts working as a synchronous motor. Synchronous motor can also be made self-starting by providing damper windings in pole shoes of rotor of synchronous motor. So the advanced machines do not use any external machine to drive this synchronous motor. They rather use damper windings in their pole shoe to start the synchronous motor. These damper windings uh, are else but bars like of rotor of squirrel cage induction motor which are short circuited. When three phase supply is fed to the stator of synchronous motor, rotating magnetic field is set up which involves a synchronous speed. This rotating field cuts the damper winding, induced EMF in them, and produces circulating current in the damper windings. So this current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field develop torque. As a result, the motor starts running. As soon as nearing synchronous speed is achieved, the DC current to the field winding of the rotor of synchronous motor is made to flow, forming the poles of the rotor. These rotor poles then magnetically locked up with poles of rotating magnetic field, and and as a result and as a result the motor continues running as a synchronous speed. The resistance of the damper winding can be adjusted in such a way that the starting torque between 50 to 100% of full load torque is developed. The starting current can be limited by the use of a auto transformer. So this was the way by which a synchronous motor can be started. Now in our next class we will discuss about capacitor start and your single phase induction motor starting methods. So this was all about your class. Thank you students for watching.